power of storytelling. I've taught a lot of different types of kids, but one thing that brings all those different types together is storytelling, telling great stories. So I want to tell a story about a guy that never gave up. And this story can really help that person that is being bullied or being told you can't do something, or possibly that ball player that is super talented but is not giving it all they have, and they're making mistakes because of that. This can drive them to want to chase it a little bit harder and practice a little bit more. And it involves a kid born very small, half the size of most babies. When he gets to be 5 years old, he goes to kindergarten, comes back home, and he says, "Hey, Dad, why am I half the size of everybody else?" Dad says, "That's just the way you were created, son." He says, "Dad, I want to be a Major League Baseball player when I grow up." His dad said, "Well, work hard, and you might have to work twice as hard as everybody else because you're smaller." He goes in the backyard and he starts learning how to hit the ball left-handed, tossing it up in the air, hitting it, and then he goes right-handed, tosses it up, and swings righty. He's already thinking, if I'm going to be half the size of everybody else, I'll just work twice as hard because I love baseball. Fast forward, he's now 14 years old, freshman in high school. This is in Northern California. Tries out for the baseball team. Half the size of everybody else. Doesn't make the team. Can't hit the ball out of the infield. Can't throw the ball from third all the way to first. But he's got this energy. He's got this drive. Goes to the coach after the tryout and he says, "Coach, I know I didn't make the team, but I just love baseball so much. Can I just practice with the team? I'll do anything." Coach makes him a deal. If he becomes the team manager and he does chores around the field, then he'll get to practice. Can't give him a uniform, won't be able to play. But the kid is ecstatic. Goes home, tells his parents. Next day, shows up 45 minutes early, sets the bases out, rakes the field, fills up the water coolers, and then he gets to practice with the team. Practice. We're talking about practice. Didn't get to play in any of the games. Does this all through high school. Fast forward, he's now 18 years old. Tries out for Santa Clara University baseball team. Again, half the size of everybody else. He's just very, very small. Doesn't make the team. Some of the guys trying out, or some guys on that team, they thought he was somebody's little brother. Literally thought he might be the bat boy or something. He still can't hit it out of the infield, lefty or righty. But he's got this work ethic, and he's got this drive, and he's not going to be told no. So after the tryout, goes to the coach, says he's got a lot of experience as a team manager, as a team mascot, and the coach makes a deal with him. If you do chores around the field and the locker room for our team, then you get to practice with the team. You won't get a uniform, you won't play. The kid's ecstatic, goes to his parents, says, "Hey, this is the deal." Now he's doing laundry at LAX airport on road trips. He's working in the locker room, cleaning the locker room, doing the stuff on the field, all just to be able to practice with the team. Keeps a big smile on his face, which I can't understand that. I don't even know how to go about that. What a dude to keep that smile on his face while he's cleaning toilets, just so he can practice. I fast forward a little bit more. He's now 21 years old. He grows over the course of 3 or 4 months. He grows 5 inches and then another 4 inches, and now he goes from being 4'6" to 5'5", and then he grows another couple of inches, and he's 5'9". He's now gone about a foot in the span of a year, and he tries out again for Santa Clara University, and he makes the team. He's hitting bombs, lefty and righty. I'm playing for Brown University in 2003. He's playing for Santa Clara in 2003. I know nothing about his story, but we fly from Rhode Island over to California. We play against this guy, and I'm playing center field. And I knew nothing about his story, but he's batting third. And I vividly remember his smooth load and his quick explode. And he hit 2 bombs in a doubleheader over my head. One righty, one lefty. He had like 8 hits in the series, and I was like, this dude's going pro. I had no idea he was the team manager just a year prior, and that he'd grown about a foot when he was 21 years old. Boston Red Sox invited him to spring training. If you're familiar with minor league baseball, there's a big stairwell where you're working your way up from rookie to low A, midseason A, high A, double A, triple A. He keeps impressing people with his work ethic and his talent. Now his talent has caught up to his work ethic, and he's in triple A Pawtucket playing for the Paw Sox, gets a call from the general manager that says, J.D. Drew just got hurt and we need you to start in the outfield tomorrow at Fenway Park for the Boston Red Sox, your major league debut. Oh yeah, it's nationally televised on Fox. Call your parents. He calls his parents. He's in Rhode Island, about to drive up to Boston. Mom and Dad, who's in San Francisco, they've got to hustle to get to the airport, pack their bags, take an overnight red-eye, land in Boston, and they left their baggage at baggage claim at the Boston airport. True story. Just to get in a cab and get to Fenway Park in time. Boom. As soon as they sit down. Now batting for the Boston Red Sox, Daniel Nava. His name's Daniel Nava, and when he steps up to home plate for his first at-bat, I'm actually watching the game on my couch in Hermosa Beach, California, and I'm like, I played against that guy in college. Bases are loaded, and what does he do on the first pitch he sees in Major League Baseball? Home run, grand slam over the right field wall. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe it. Dick Stockton, Tim McCarver, they're calling the game for Fox. The video is all over YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to go watch it. But he's left-handed against Joe Blanton. Load, explode, bomb. And as he's jogging around the bases, all these fans are going nuts. His parents had just sat down, just made it in time. They're going crazy. Kevin Youkilis and the Red Sox come out of the dugout. They're going crazy. And all I can think about is that trip around the bases for Daniel Nava, what's going on in his brain. And I tell this story to every kid I coach at every camp and every sandlot, and I ask them the same question. What do you think he was thinking as he's jogging around first, second, and third at Fenway Park after a grand slam? He was the first to ever do it. Another guy did it, and now there's only two that have ever done it. Two guys that have hit home runs on the first pitch they ever saw, grand slam home runs. But I'm thinking his thoughts are about teaching himself to switch hit in the backyard. His thoughts are how many times people said he should have quit, how many times he should just stop cleaning toilets or putting on the team mascot just so he can practice with the team. And then he touches home plate, and it's like, so glad I didn't do that. So glad I didn't quit. So glad somebody told me the Jim Abbott story one day about having one hand and making it to the majors and never quitting. And boom, that story, obviously it's inspiring to us as grown-ups, but imagine what it does for a kid that's 15 and they don't think they can match up to their older brother or kids that are their same age that are just way better than them. How powerful that is for a 8-year-old who is just not giving it all the effort they could. And then they hear about this kid who's half the size of everybody else, working twice as hard and being told no time after time after time. Daniel Nava went on to win a World Series with the Red Sox, played with the Angels, played with the Pirates, played with the Rays, played with the Royals, played with the Phillies, and he's in love with baseball so much that I believe he's still in the Midwest playing independent ball, and he's my age, 38. So, attaboy to you, Daniel Nava. It's my favorite story. I actually, when I'm telling the story to all my kids at my sandlots, I say, I think one day I'm going to be telling this story to you kids, and Daniel Nava's going to walk around that tree. He's going to be sitting in that tree, and he's going to come down, or he's going to walk around the corner and be there. That's my dream. But attaboy to you, Daniel Nava. It was a pleasure playing against you in college and watching you as a pro. But that's the story. Go read up on it. But again, the power of storytelling. Spend some time looking up great stories about Gifton Gopay, the first African-born major leaguer, and so many more. Ozzie Smith growing up in Watts with a brown paper bag as a glove, and inventing drills around his house, like tossing a ball up onto the roof and then running through the house and trying to catch it on the other side when it falls over the roof. There's great stories out there in all sports, and you can tap into each and every personality on your team with those stories. So that's it. That's my favorite story. So I told it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.